Hello. Welcome back to my channel. In this series, we are going to solve SQL 50 questions and from LeetCode. And today is our 10th question. So let's dive in. So in this question, the name is average time of process per machine. Okay. So the data set we have is we have 4 columns: machine ID, process ID, activity type, and timestamp. Okay, and these 3 are combined is the primary key, where the machine ID, process ID, and the activity type is the primary key. Okay, machine ID is the ID of the machine, process ID is the ID of the process running on that machine, and activity type is an enum, which means it has category as start or end. Start means that the process has started, machine starts the process at a given timestamp, and end means the machine ends the process at the given timestamp. Okay, so what do we have to find? We have to find there's average factory website that has several machines, each running same number of processes. Write a solution to find the average time each machine takes to complete a process. Okay, so basically we have to calculate the average. Okay, and the time to complete the process is end timestamp minus the start timestamp. So we have to take this into consideration. The average time is calculated by total time to complete every process on the machine divided by the number of processes, obviously. And the resulting table should have machine ID along with processing time, average time, which should be rounded up to 3 decimal places. They have mentioned here 3 decimal places. Okay, so pretty long question, but not that tough. Let's dive in. There's a lot of things to consider over here. Okay, so we have like the start and end. Okay, so I cannot say it by just grouping by the machine ID and just by calculating the average. I have to even mention end minus the start of it. So we will be using 2 aliases over here because of this condition. So let's start writing. Select I want in output machine ID and the processing time. So I'll write machine ID comma round. So round is a function which we use in SQL basically to do some calculations in the output. So I can do anything where sum, average, minus, difference, anything. Okay, so in this we'll calculate the average. Okay, round. So I need sum of, I'll tell you what I'll be doing, sum of a2 dot time stamp minus a1 dot time stamp. Okay, and this will be divided by the count of this comma. So in this, how we do is we since this has said we need 3 decimal places, that's why I'm going to write over here 3. If they would have mentioned 2, I would have put 2 over there. Okay, now this as alias will write to give our column a name, which is processing time. Okay, from, here comes the interesting part. From, we have only one data, right, activity, but I am taking it from 2 because of the minus or the difference which I am calculating. From activity, which is A1, from activity A1, inner join, will do inner join. We just want the common rows from them. Inner join on activity A2. Okay, on. Now we have to find a common column, which it's very easy for this one. So on A1 dot machine id, which is equal to a2 dot chin machine id. Okay, now since I've joined these two columns, we even have to write the conditions, right? So okay, so now we'll write, and the condition will be like a1 dot process id is equal to a2 dot process id, because we want to calculate it for the same process, right? We don't want two different processes to take it for him to take into consideration. Okay, and I have another condition, which is a1 dot activity a1 dot timestamp should be less than a2 dot, because the start and end always has to be, the start always to be before the end, right? And at the end we'll group by the machine id, one dot machine underscore id. Let's try to run this. A machine id, okay, sorry, a1 dot, I did not mention from which one to take. Accepted. Let's try to submit. Later. Good. So it was a pretty long query, but it's okay. I'll try to explain it again. So what I've done over here, so we have taken two aliases for the same table, just because to do this difference, because or else how would I say timestamp this minus this, right? So I would have always have to write some alias, right? So a2 minus timestamp and a1 minus timestamp. I can even do this using average actually. Let's try. And it's easy. Instead of what I am doing over here, I am doing the addition of this divided the count, which is nothing but average. I can even replace this with average and remove the count, comma 3. It would do the same thing. Okay, as processing time from activity a1 inner join the activity a2, right? So I need the common from this table, and since I want it for the same process id, I would write this condition where I want both the processes to be same, a1 dot process and the a2 dot process, and the timestamp also should be less, because as here the condition says that. Where is it? It's written over here. I think start means start timestamp will always be before the end timestamp, right? It should be less, and we'll group it by the machine id. So because here they've said to calculate the average for each machine, that's why I'll write group, and we'll get this in the output. The machine, I'm grouping it by the machine id and calculating the processor time. So the key takeaways over here is to actually do just this, use the round function and calculate the average and give it a new column name, which is processing time. Okay, and these are just normal conditions which the question demands. So the key takeaway was here to use the round, put it in brackets inside the sum. Then the condition was to I want to know the time, exact time, and add it. So a2 timestamp minus a1 timestamp, right? And divided by the count of the number of processes. So and we'll take it to 3 decimal places. So yeah guys, this was a good question actually, and it was actually asked in a lot of good companies: Amazon, Adobe, Bloomberg, Microsoft, Apple, Google, and Facebook. So it's a good question. Do give it a try. Not looking at the solution first, and doing like this would actually build the thought process, nothing else. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are liking my videos. Do like and comment, and thank you so much. Have a nice day.